A homily for the fourth Friday of Lent. We who live middle-class lives in this country are lucky enough to enjoy a relative stability of life, with family, job, home, and community offering a relatively predictable and secure pattern of life. School days, work days, weekends, and vacation days offer a pleasurable rhythm to our lives, not only because the days are pleasurable, but also because their relative stability helps us feel secure. There are problems, to be sure, but somehow our education, experience, and relatively easy access to people and resources help us to work through problems that present themselves, and we can more or less keep our lives on track. Admittedly, some people do experience radical challenges to their stability: accidental deaths, chronic illnesses, emotional traumas, or systemic instability. Think, for example, the 2008 financial crisis with mortgage fallouts and loss of homes, COVID, cancer, and abuse. Then, think about the people living in the Ukraine, in Haiti, in Syria, in Yemen, in China, people who have no stability and live only at high risk. Let's hope and pray that we never have to live under any of these circumstances, though I think we have reason to be concerned about the events of January 6th, the Save the Steele movement, the white supremacist movement, and guns carried by people on the street. Might we experience these same traumatic events? Let's be grateful to God for the relative security of our lives, at least for the moment. But let's return for the moment to the blessed lives that many of us are fortunate to lead. Let's assume that we are in a position of authority as a parent, a supervisor, a coach, a teacher, a Jesuit, or another such position. Let's also assume that we take seriously our responsibilities in that position, that we work from a place of virtue, hopefulness, and affirmation, and that we want to make good decisions for ourselves and for others. In this scenario, it is inevitable that we will face opposition from some people around us, perhaps your children, other family members, your supervised employees, students or athletes, my Jesuit brethren, and so on. Your commitment to that which is true, right, and just will always put you in conflict with those without such commitments, with personal agendas of many kinds, with oppositional personalities, unknown or unknowable motivations, low intelligence, or even evil intent. This reality arises from the mystery of the human heart and the heart's mysterious way of choosing. This mystery is revealed to us in the story of Adam and Eve, and portrayed in Jesus' temptations in the desert and betrayal by nearly everyone around him. Our first reading, echoing a text from Jeremiah's story, offers us yet one more instance of this reality, a reality ever present around us, especially during Lent. The text says, "The wicked said among themselves, 'Let us beset the just one, because he is obnoxious to us. He sets himself against our doings and professes to have knowledge of God. Merely to see him is a hardship for us.' Such people gossip behind our backs, and though they act in secret, their animosity will become apparent to us in time as their opposition goes public. With revilement and torture, let us put him to the test. Let us condemn him to a shameful death. This need not be physical torture, but it can be overtly expressed scorn and social or professional wounding or even death. Under these circumstances, Jesus remained unafraid because he knew that the Father was with him and loved him utterly. Jesus invites you and me to remain unafraid, no matter what is befalling us, to know the same thing and to experience it as a matter of prayer. Jesus asks us to walk faithfully with him through Lent and Holy Week, unlike the original disciples, and he promises to walk with us as we experience these same terrible things. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, the psalm says. Let us pray for this grace for ourselves, those we care for, and for all who suffer.